Good morning, people. I got quite a nasty cold and from Saturday on, and the fever is still not 100% down, so I did not find the time to edit much of videos and so. I have quite a lot of footage which is unfortunately in a quite a chaotic state, which needs a lot of editing. So I I decided to show you some strange item from my collection actually today, which does not need too much editing. I probably can do it in one take, at least that's the goal. So, what do you think? What could this thing be? Yeah, looks like some medieval torturing instrument or ancient Roman flamethrower, maybe. Well, actually, what I got told, this thing is a soldering iron for big chunks of metal, like the tubes for your gutters and so stuff. So people who had to do soldering at house parts, at machines and so, took this one. It's not operated by electricity or something, it's operated by squirting pressurized burnable fluid through the system, heating up this big chunk of metal here, which can be adjusted if something would move right now. And this one was getting hot and preserving the heat to work. Back here you pressurize the whole thing just by pumping air in. That's basically the system. Now the whole thing is very rusty, I found. So I do some little bit of service maintenance. This stuff, you know it all, I guess, is, by the way, as I heard from specialized mechanics. Oops, now I did some service work at my mixer. That wasn't exactly desired. Well, I think it's not electrically conductive and it saves stuff from moisture and rust, so it's not a worst thing, but I should be a bit more careful about where I point the thing. Ouch, it's like mad, going like mad. Well then, as I said, this thing is not mainly for lubricating things to make it move better, but for preventing things from rust, moisture, or from moisture and therefore from rusting. And to allow screws to open again, I tried it once with water, and that's what I'm trying to do now too. If I manage to open the whole thing, I can put some water in and show you how it's squirting it out in the front. I don't want to do it with anything flammable, because after all, excuse me, this would be far too dangerous. Probably the whole seals are made of cork, and cork, even though it's lasting very long, it's probably getting dry, and yeah, you can probably see, if I take it a bit closer. Not sure if the autofocus manages to get it. I decided to try to use autofocus now a bit more, but it does not have a chance that close. But I can tell you it's very rusty and looks very rotten inside, and decomposed. So you don't want to put in something flammable, producing burning fumes if the seals are so bad, such a bad state, you would be mad, simply. And you couldn't use this thing inside, it's for outside use. But you can see now I managed to open the thing. Actually, the water seems to be put in here at the same place. Yeah. So everything gets nasty and rusty. But I guess they solved the problem as those days. No idea how old this thing is. Might be about 100 years, easily. They solved the problem by oiling the whole thing, and that's what I will do again now. So let's put in some amount of water. Then close it. Then just let's try to point it in a direction where not so much electronics is located. It's not easy up here. Then you pump. Oh, that doesn't seem to have any effect. I don't feel any pressure building up actually. You should be able to open here, and then some water should go out. Yeah. Does not build up any pressure anymore. I guess the valves are, or the seals are completely broken. Or I did something wrong, but I have to say it's not possible to fill in the fluid from anywhere else. So it must be here. By the way, I can read something about the manufacturer. Quite unlikely you can actually read it too. It says, I can see something about Oerlikon. So it's a Swiss product. I've seen the crossbow, the Swiss manufacturer, general Swiss manufacturer logo on top of it already. And Wittstein, maybe Zürich Oerlikon is a part of the city of Zürich, this today, and it's well known for its industry. It was one of the parts of Switzerland that probably started the whole industrialization. I was on top of industrialization in Switzerland from the day it started. And so it's not actually surprising, because I'm living here now. I did buy it here in Winterthur at the flea market, and Zürich Oerlikon is around here. So this is the whole area, the whole industry here in the whole eastern Switzerland is very much defined by what happened in Zürich. So it's no surprise to read the name Zürich, and even more Zürich Oerlikon on anything industrial from the early 20th century, or even late 19th. So I pour the water back. It got nice and red and rusty and oily now. And I guess I will pour in some of this oil into the chamber. Of course the the fuel used was mostly alcohol or mineral oil based, of course. Something like, no idea, burning alcohol, something like this. So it did not contain large amounts of water. So the effect it had was different. Yeah, I'm not sure if I made it right, actually. Oh, now we can unscrew this mechanism too. This is a classical pump, as you know it from your bicycle pump, if you have one, or from your ball pump. I couldn't say if I made it right, but I have to say it worked several years ago when I bought it and I tried it out. It actually did squirt something out in the front, but as time goes by things get worse, even more since I did not actually service it too well. It's the first time I actually did think about putting some oil on it. So take this as a general rule: keep your stuff oiled, and probably even if it's sort of antique, it's probably a bad idea to rub every patina off and so, but prevent it from rusting even more and completely decomposing. Yeah, ask your antiquities salesman, seller or specialist if you want to make sure you don't do anything wrong. But I would say some minimum to avoid it decomposing completely and rotting away is probably allowed. It wouldn't make much sense if not. So okay, I think watching me oiling that stuff, well, it might get quite interesting if you wait for me squirting oil over all my equipment and destroying everything. That might be some kind of interesting, but I try to avoid this. Therefore there should be nothing more to see now. Thanks for watching, see you.